Let's explore the vibe. Welcome back. Today, we're diving into the surprisingly deep history and impact of time zones. The discovery of time zones is a fascinating journey through history, involving human innovation, science, and technology. Imagine a world before standardized time. For centuries, people lived by the rhythm of the sun. When the sun was at its highest point, it was noon. But the sun doesn't reach its highest point at the same time everywhere, so every town had its own local time. This wasn't a big deal when communities were isolated, but as transportation improved, this mismatch created serious problems. Imagine trying to schedule a meeting when everyone's clock is set to a slightly different time. The need for a unified system of timekeeping became apparent, especially with the rise of railroads. Picture this, it's the 19th century, and railroads are rapidly expanding. Suddenly we can travel hundreds of miles in a single day. But there's a catch. Each town set its clocks based on the sun's position, meaning every stop along a train route had a slightly different time. Train schedules were a nightmare. A train could arrive on time in one city and be late in the next. This confusion led to scheduling errors, missed connections, and even accidents. The railroads needed a reliable, standardized system of timekeeping. And that's where the concept of time zones started to gain traction. The railroads were instrumental in pushing for a standardized time system. Their entire operation depended on accurate timekeeping. Railroad companies started implementing standard time within their own networks, making train travel more efficient and safer. But what if different railroad companies operated on different standard times? The solution, dividing the world into time zones. To understand time zones, we need to talk about longitude. Longitude is the angular distance of a point on Earth measured east or west of a defined meridian, usually the prime meridian. By the 19th century, scientists understood that the Earth rotates 360 degrees in 24 hours. This means the Earth rotates 15 degrees every hour. For every 15 degrees of longitude you moved east or west, the local solar time changed by 1 hour. This understanding was essential in developing a practical system of time zones. Enter Sir Sandford Fleming, a brilliant Scottish-Canadian engineer. Fleming proposed dividing the world into 24 time zones, each spanning 15 degrees of longitude. Under Fleming's system, everyone within a given time zone would set their clocks to the same time. This would eliminate the confusion caused by countless local times and streamline global travel and communication. Fleming's proposal was a game-changer. It took the scientific understanding of longitude and applied it to a practical global solution. Fleming's idea gained traction, and in 1884, representatives from 25 nations gathered in Washington, D.C. for the International Meridian Conference. Their goal? To establish a global time zone system. After much debate, the conference adopted a system based on Fleming's proposal. They chose the meridian passing through Greenwich, England, as the prime meridian. Time zones were then established east and west of the prime meridian, each 1 hour apart. You might think such a brilliant system would be adopted universally overnight. Well, not quite. While many countries quickly got on board, others were hesitant to abandon their local times. It took several decades for the time zone system to be fully embraced around the world. As international travel and communication became more common, the need for a unified system became undeniable. Can you imagine a world without standardized time zones today? The time zone system we use today is largely the same as what was established back in 1884. But there have been some tweaks and adjustments along the way. One example is daylight saving time, implemented in many countries to conserve energy. Then there are places that use half-hour or even quarter-hour time zones, reflecting political boundaries or unique geographic circumstances. While the basic framework of time zones is consistent, it's adaptable enough to accommodate modern complexities. So, there you have it, the fascinating story of how time zones came to be. What started as a confusing patchwork of local times evolved into a global system that keeps our world synchronized. It took science, technology, and global cooperation to create the system we use today. Next time you check the time, appreciate the history behind those numbers on your clock. It's a testament to human ingenuity and our ability to overcome challenges by working together.